All right, Rick, why the heck do I not have audio?
I don't know, buddy. It was Gremlins again. But you're live. We're live.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Ray, when you did that screen share, did you select the share audio
Oh, is there a button?
checkbox? Yeah, there's a checkbox.
There it. Okay. Let me get rid of it, and we'll try this again. How the heck do I get rid of it?
Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
All right. So if I want to go back to, all right, I'm going to stop the screen share.
There you go.
All right. So now if I want to do a screen share.
So what I did was I did screen share, Chrome, go to Chrome tab, and then make sure the share audio checkbox is checked at the bottom, and then hit share.
Oh, there's share audio. Okay, never mind. All right, well, let's try this again, folks.
One more time.
All right.
Hey, we're not sidetracked for any reason.
Well, you know, that's just the way we are. So, all right, let me go ahead and review you guys, and we're going to try this again.
Go for it.
And which to me was cool. So the STS gang wants me to one last time give you all another tease as to how the STS gang came together. Or you see, Sonny, it happened sometime out west. Back in oh, sorry, that's not the right story. Thought it was going to be serious. It never is. Anyway, how this all got started. Well, Sparky basically stuck a foot in my rear end and told me no. I'm only kidding. Back in March, or actually earlier this year, 2020, Sparky was asking me, hey, are you going to start doing live streams? You're going to start doing live streams? You're going to start doing live streams? I'm like, no, I don't have the ability to do a live stream. He said, yeah, you do. I'm like, okay. So I started looking into it and found StreamYard. And in March of this year, 2020, I went ahead and did my very first live stream, which was an absolute disaster. Well, maybe it wasn't. I was messed with because of my backdrop posts that I have that are still back there. By the way, they're still back there. They're just hidden now. But anyway, so, you know, that was March of this year. And because of the showstopper, I started doing some impromptu shows. But mainly, my big show was the last Sunday of every month. And which to me was cool. You know, and I had, you know, quite a few, I had some folks in. I'm usually averaged about 20, 25, I guess it was. Sometimes it'd be a little less, but for the most part, average about 20, 25. Well, in August, John from the Schuylkill River Valley emailed me and asked me if I would be interested in expanding Sidetrack Sunday. And, you know, we kind of touched base through email for a little bit, and I was like, okay, great. Well, how's this going to work? And he was like, well, kind of basing it off the On Track Tuesday guys, where they have one host every week, and then if there's a fifth Tuesday in the month, then they have a guest, and if we have a fifth Sunday, we'll have a guest. I'm like, okay, great. So who all's in on this? And he was like, well, right now it's just you and me. And I'm like, okay. Who you got? And he said, well, you know, what about Jason, the train freak? Okay, that's three. We need one more. And we brought Jason in, and we started talking, and we wanted somebody that was an up-and-comer, you know, somebody that was doing something a little bit different, because of the fact that we had three HO guys. So we were like, you know what? We know who we need. We need the guy from New York City. We need Heath. To which Heath said, sure, I'll do it. So what we ended up with was John on the first Sunday, Jason on the second, Heath on the second Sunday. Heath, I'm sorry, here we go. Let's try that again. And no, I'm not making a blooper reel. So you had John on the first Sunday, you had Heath on the second Sunday, you had Jason on the third Sunday with his wonderful decals. Sorry, Jason. Of course, this past week, Heath had an interesting live stream that went for 3 hours, him messing with wiring, so I don't feel too bad now. So, John the first Sunday, Heath the second Sunday, Jason the third Sunday, and now we come to the culmination in September of 2020. We have the last member of the group, the founding member of the group, I guess, for lack of a better term at this point, of Sidetrack Sunday, and that would be yours truly, that would be Ray Bovell. Now, it's been an interesting journey. It's been a wild journey. Through all the stuff that we've had to deal with between the showstopper and YouTube throwing us constant curveballs. But you know what? This community, we've stuck it through, we've stuck it out, we've hung together, and that's what makes us unique. Everybody else, I don't know what they're doing. I really don't care. The thing of it is we're all still right here, and you all are sitting here watching this goofball make mistakes on his model railroad, which I think is absolutely hilarious. And if this past Wednesday's live stream with Sparky was any indication, this is going to be a real treat tonight, because we've got, not only do we have the bridge guys, but I have a feeling we may end up actually seeing some of the STS crew sitting in here tonight as well. So without further interruption, let's get over to Sidetrack Sunday number 8 for Ray, which will be the last time that it will actually be numbered that way. For September the 27th of 2020. Here we go. Well, good evening, everybody. Hopefully the audio straightened itself out. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. We're live. Anything can happen, and it usually does. So welcome aboard Sidetrack Sunday number 8. Like I said before in the intro, this is the last time it'll actually be labeled that way. We're going to start just going ahead and doing them October 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you know, like I said, this is number 8 for me. But anyway, so what's going to be going on tonight? Well, we've got the bridge guys coming in. They'll be in here in a little bit to go ahead and talk about the bridge build that we just got finished doing with the Central Valley Model Works Bridge. That's going to be the first part of this. The second part will be I think we got a couple of the Sidetrack Sunday gang hanging out in the basement. So, you know, we're going to go ahead and bring them up, and we're going to talk about a contest that we've got going on for Sidetrack Sunday. And then from there, we're probably going to have both groups up for a while. We'll just do some general chit chat and go back and forth and see what we got. So, you know what? I think it's time that we go ahead and we run over some live streams. Monday nights, you've got Just Nate. I believe that's at 7 o'clock, and then right after him at 8 o'clock is Tom's Trains and Things. On Tuesdays, you've got On Track Tuesday. That's usually at 7 p.m. as well. On Wednesday, I think you've got that Sparky dude at 7. Whatever. Thursday nights, if things aren't going too far south for him, Hot Rod Rodney comes on at 7. And then at 8 o'clock, or sometimes later, I believe the Crossed Anchors are still doing something on Thursdays. On Fridays, you've got Cousin Vinny. That's at 7 o'clock. On Saturday, you've got Back on Track guys. I think that's at 10 a.m. And then on Sundays, you've got Sparky. He'll go ahead and throw up a live stream from time to time, usually just from his GoPro, but he'll do some other things. And then on Sunday nights at 8 p.m., you've got the Sidetrack Sunday crew. The first Sunday of the month is is John from the Schuylkill River Valley. Then we go over to Heath from Humanity Junction. Then we go over to Jason, the train freak. And then at the end of the month, you've got me. So I think that basically catches us up on most of the live streams. So let me go ahead and bring up Grandpa Rails and Rick Bailey, who's got a special guest tonight.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Hey, guys.
I got John with me here. I was able to pull him out of the basement and finally get him over here on a camera. Mr. Camera Guy. So what's going on, fellas?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Good. It's our last hurrah for a while.
Yeah.
It's like I was saying. It's bittersweet. You know, I mean, this thing was epic. This was an epic build, and you know, we followed JD's lead on this thing, and thinking that we were going to be able to, you know, pull it off, which we did. But to be honest, I was really beginning to wonder if I was going to make it.
Yeah, me too. So,
who wants to go first? Do we just pick a number? Do you want to go, Rick? Do you want JD to go? I tell you what. Why don't we do H before duty? Let's go ahead and do JD first.
Oh, man. Really? Okay.
Let's go ahead and put him over the
Well, what do we got to do first? Well, let's see. We finished all of this. Like you said, Ray, it's bittersweet. Glad it's done, but sad it's over. Working with you guys, it's been fantastic. The last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. It's
been hell.
The video conferences, emails, pictures, ribbing each other. You know, I got the garage door halfway closed. So
that's it, Ray. When Grandpa talks, we drink.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I forgot to bring that down here, doggone it. I'll have to go run upstairs real quick. But anyway, going through all of this now, nobody knows what color my bridge is.
No, you never said.
Yeah, exactly.
We only know the first one is like an orange rust color.
Well, yeah, that was a primer. It's not that color anymore.
The first one?
Yeah.
You changed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I talked with one of the executive directors of the WKJ and GP, and you know, they voted on this color, and this color they like. I like it too. It kind of pops.
Okay.
So,
all right, pops.
Yeah, it's time to do the reveal on it.
Go for it, brother.
Taking a month to get to this point. Now, don't be shocked at the color.
Whoa!
The first one is sitting right here, and then the second build is right there in the spot where it's going to go.
Nice.
I'm going to drop that down again.
Oh yeah, you got green screen on, brother.
Well, that backdrop's got green paint on it, so.
Yeah, you got your green screen selected. That's why it's getting kind of weird, but that's all right. I like the color, man. It looks good.
Looks nice.
So, yeah, it just couldn't go wrong with that color. That's our, I mean, our railroad colors are orange and black anyway. So
there you go.
That's a what do they call that? The gloss pumpkin orange. I gotta spray it with some dull coat so it's not so shiny and stuff right now before. Well, maybe I'll weather it up first and then hit it with the dull coat. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm
Container Man says,
Learned a lot.
Hemi orange. Nice.
Yeah, pretty damn close to it.
It's great.
But yeah, William was the one that actually said orange. We should paint him orange, and I go, okay, sure, why not?
And
you know,
the California orange.
And you know,
Just makes
it's
it
funny
pop.
because when we had episode 4 earlier today, and I was talking about the different colors that I was thinking about painting mine, which was that moss green or the vintage teal or, you know, the gray. Of course, you guys still don't know. Even JD and Rick don't know what color I painted mine, but that's beside the point. So, all right, well, that's awesome, JD. That really looks. And you know,
Yeah, I'll get it over here. Here's where I didn't paint the base of the other one. Let's see. I just left it like this is kind of like going to look like it's got it's being repainted, so the bottom hasn't been painted yet.
Wow.
you know, I was just going to say, I thought that somewhere out west, and I don't remember which railroad it was, but one of them had orange bridges. And I want to say maybe it was the Rio Grande that had an all
Yeah, I'm
orange.
kind of wondering that myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the Rio Grande may have had off orange paint on their bridges, but that's cool because you know the thing is, you know, I know that orange is definitely a primer color for some applications. So
Yeah.
there's even a prototype for that too. It's like, hey, you know, we just went ahead and reprimered the whole thing. Now we're going to go back and paint it. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That turned out awesome, JD.
It is, man.
That looks good.
Thank you, guys.
It's so weird. It's so weird how paint hides a lot of
Mistakes.
mistakes that we did. I'll tell you, it's so weird.
Paint-
I've worked.
Paint is your friend.
All right. So, Rick, you want to go ahead and bring yours in?
Yeah, why not, brother? Let's do this. All
All
right.
right.
I'm not sure if I got enough light here, but I'm gonna pin you down.
All right. And what I'm going to do while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and move the camera so that way nobody sees what's going on over here.
All right. So for mine, of course, it's not going to all fit in camera. But what I did is I'll show you the bottom real quick because I didn't do the bottom of the track, but that's primer gray. That comes right out of a rattle can. So that's what primer gray looks like. So I did the top in the primer gray, and then Friday night and Saturday night, I sat here with just some black acrylic paint, watered down, and I gave it a nice weathered look, make it look a little grimy. And then last night I sat here with an orange color. I believe it's called orange oxide or red oxide or something like that. And I just touched up some of the rivets and, you know, ran the paintbrush down where I think, you know, water would run to give it that, you know, natural look. But I tried to do both inside and outside. So you see I've got it all inside there as well. And there's still some other things that I'd like to do with it. I want to get, I'm not 100% sure like what kind of props or anything would go on a bridge. I do know that at some point right here on the center span, I do want to put an American flag, a United States flag. I wanted to try and have that done by this show, but unfortunately I couldn't get to the hobby store to grab one. But yeah, maybe some signal lights in there somewhere. But that's it from start to finish.
Awesome, Rick. Awesome. You did a hell of a job.
Thanks, KD. The one issue that I ran into that I found or I tried to fix on Friday night, I realized that my rails, I guess because of the way I spiked them down, they were actually out of gauge. They were too short together, and I couldn't run a truck through there. So I actually had to. I had one of those gauges that you would use when you're when you're spiking down your own hand laid track, and I actually had to put that on the rails and just basically run it back and forth until it finally loosened up and gauged. And then once I got that done, I was able to sit it here on my workbench, and I got my my power cap system and hooked up just a switcher locomotive and sent it up both sides of the track. It ran, so I am able to run a locomotive.
The bridge did not come with the track. There were, I guess,
Big guy saying something, I could barely hear him.
underneath that you split or that you drop the rails into. If you remember episode 2, I kind of touched on that I had bad rail and actually had to get JD actually sent me to East Flex Rack.
Hey, Ray, you got to switch your microphone. We can barely hear you.
Oh, you know why? Because I moved the mic. that would help.
Yeah, man. There you go.
Yeah, I tell you what, Rick, that is a heck of a job, and of course that'll be one of the things.
Nice, Sparky.
Yeah.
JT, the track that I use, the actual running rail is just some Atlas Code 83. And then the center guide rails I actually got from Grandpa. They're Code 70. I believe they were made by Pico. Is that right, Grandpa?
Yeah, they were Picos.
Nice.
Did the
Yeah,
bridge track
Pico, 70.
come with the guide rail? No, Heath,
Yeah,
it
that's
did not
awesome.
come with guide rails. Rick wins. We don't need to see yours right now. I think Ray's coming out of the bathroom.
Oh, you know what, guys? See? Okay.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to flip back up here.
Yeah.
You can see my ugly mug.
I don't know. You're gonna have to. Sparky might need to get flogged.
Now, why won't it let me take you out of solo mode? Oh, that's because of the fact I need to go back to this mode. Now, I know you all are looking at my back. Well, there wasn't anything I could really do about that. So I'm going to move the mic here, and then I'm going to swing the camera here a little bit. You all ready for this?
Yeah, Steve, I did spend days spiking those rails. I think I did each set of rails I did over one night. So I did the outsides on one. It took me a total of like 4 nights to do all the rails. And not so much that it was hard.
You got 8 hours in the rails.
Yeah, not so much that it was a hard process. It's just the way that you have to hold your hands on the rails. It's it kills your hand rest there, just going back and forth trying to spike those down.
Yeah.
All right.
Pick on Ray week.
Now I can go ahead and put myself up as a soloist.
Okay.
Maybe, if it'll let me. Oh, come on.
The other button.
There it goes. So there we
All
are.
right.
Oh man, that looks good.
Awesome,
Dude,
Ray.
that's like some of the bridges that are here in Philly.
Oh,
Looks just like that.
I
Exactly.
like that color. That color turned out right. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's the vintage teal. And
Yeah.
we kind of touched on this the other night, folks. The funny thing of it is after you're about to see this for the first time, of course, that is going across the backside. So it's going to take a little bit to get back to the front, but that gave me a chance to kind of talk about this thing for a minute. For those that are in the area, or in and around Baltimore, this is exactly, and Rick's right, this is exactly what you see as far as the color of a bridge. And it was funny because the other night I actually had, and it stopped. Darn it. Now, anyway.
Of course, we're live, Ray. That's why.
Yeah, it ran fine for like
Oh,
2 hours.
Ray's trying to run a bridge. Or run, yeah, trying to run a train.
Anyway, and I've got a car off the track. I can hear it, just like Sparky. Anyway, I wonder if I should go and try and fix that. Where are you going to fix this? All right, it's going to fix itself. Anyway, so I went ahead and the other night, JD and Rick and I were having one of our last little discussions, and I happened to pull up the Loch Raven Reservoir, which sits not more than, maybe 25, 30 blocks from me. And here we go.
Nice. I'm
So
jealous.
anyway-
I don't have it ready yet. I'm jealous.
Perfect.
So
Good
anyway,
Yeah, I
job.
took the track to do before I can get there.
the Loch Raven Reservoir actually does have a bridge that is that color that goes across one of the tributaries that feeds into Loch Raven. Now, it's not a railroad bridge. It happens to be a vehicle traffic bridge. But at any rate, one of the things that I did find, and I told Rick and JD about this, was the fact that the locomotive that just went across that thing, that is an old Mantua 210 or 282. I waited the other night because when I ran across the bridge the first time, the bridge actually sagged. Not much, but it sagged. That's because that particular locomotive weighs 1 pound, 11 and a half ounces in HO scale. So it's a heavy locomotive, and by far is probably the heaviest locomotive that I own. So if it'll make it across there, I don't have any issues getting anybody else across it. But I'm happy with how it turned out. The next thing will be to finish putting it back together because I had to take the X braces off the bottom. And I've got a couple of parts that are broke. We talked about that in episode 3 and actually episode 4. That I've got to go back and I've got to get replacement parts for. But I'll finish putting it together. I'll finish painting up those couple of parts, and the next step will be to weather it, and that'll be done. Now, I do have one other issue with this, and I'm sure you can see that the bridge is actually sitting on the plywood. I guess you could call it bad planning. But I've got to find some way of actually either dropping the bench work down or raising the bridge up to be able to get it to sit in there the way it's supposed to, be able to get, bridge piers and things of that underneath of there. But for the most part, right now, I can run a train across it, no issues. I'm a happy camper, to be perfectly honest.
I still think it looks good, even sitting on the plywood, dude. That's just my opinion. I think it looks awesome. And it's functional.
Yeah, and functional.
So.
Right?
Right, Heath. Just get a sawzall and hack away.
Yeah, I see a few. I see a couple more of these bridges in Ray's future.
Not for me. Now,
I see Ray doing a single track one, and then he'll do a double track one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just remember, right? If you do plan to do one for the double track in the back, dude, you might have to move those rails back there in case they're not at the same width as what the double track bridge is.
That's the thing, Rick.
The bridge. That's right.
What you see back there with that other double track, that is not supposed to be seen.
Ah,
So you see where that new piece, or I just replaced it today. I was going through and cleaning up some stuff, but you see this piece of foam here. The only reason why it's slanted here is because I wanted it to be somewhat open for, I don't know if I'm going to put a dam here or what exactly I'm going to put here. But originally, the backdrop was supposed to separate the whole thing here. The problem with that is I've got so many houses and so many buildings that if I would have done that, the only places that I would have had to put them would have been over on the Beauville side or over in the Newtown side. And there's not enough room on either side. So what I'm going to do here is like I did with the original Weichert Hill, my old 13-foot by 11-foot layout. And this will actually be a level area that houses and stuff will sit on. There'll probably be a bridge across here, but on either side there'll be houses or something of that nature. But I'm nowhere near doing scenery yet. I haven't even finished the track down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The track is kind of just there.
I'm still waiting for John to do track 2. So we're good.
All right, I'm going to come out of solo here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and just put the two of you up for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and drop.
I'm cut in half.
We're only getting half the story. All right, so now that Bray's not here, we can talk some smack. I guess I could always create another area where I could put a bridge if I wanted one. But right now, my track plan, I won't need another bridge. So
yeah,
hopefully, would I do it again? Maybe. I can't. I'll put it to you this way: I can't say that I won't. Whether or not I do is a different story. But I definitely, I would.
I can honestly say that after building both of these bridges, and not to take anything away from the other ones that I had in place, the Atlas bridges, the 9-inch section ones, those are all good and fine. But after building these two bridges, I can't see myself just putting a bridge on. I feel more like I need to build that bridge after doing these.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I don't know if I don't want to sound like I'm stuck up on them or anything, but these bridges, I'm so impressed with how they've turned out. All three of our bridges, and I've got 4 if you count my other one, and all 4 of these bridges, how they've turned out. I just can't see myself going back to another kind of bridge to, if I get to that point where I need another bridge, that I would do something else. I would definitely get one of these kits. And probably another 1905 kit, because I really like how the oval looks.
Yeah.
The thing of it is we talked about that the other, I forgot which one it was, if it was episode 3 or 4. But, like I said, here it is. I've got that beautiful bridge sitting out front right now. And right behind it is an old Bachman and an old Lifelike bridge. And that thing makes the two of them look like garbage. So I'm probably going to have to build at least one more.
Yeah.
But, Rick and JD, here's to you guys, man. This was absolutely awesome.
Gee, wait. Hang on, let me run upstairs real quick.
I know what he's getting. Go ahead. We'll wait.
I'll be right back.
I told you all what I was going to do.
I knew it.
Oh, man. Yeah, to be honest, to be perfectly honest, working with Rick and JD was an absolute blast. We, as you could tell from the way that this series went this month, we absolutely had a blast.
We did.
And that was that was one of the things that made this so much easier, was being able to bounce stuff off. And Rick mentioned it earlier, bounce stuff off, each other. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, I'm having an issue with this. Hey, what about that? And that's the reason why they turned out as well as they did. And Rick, being the absolute novice, getting everything laid out for him.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You were late. You missed it. Yeah, John already did his introduction. I'm not holding him back. He can say hello.
I have to say, you all did a really good job, and I'm proud of Rick. I did not think he'd get so far so fast. He did a really
I'll
excellent
tell you
job.
what,
No,
now,
not-
John, that guy next to you, he did a hell of a job.
Oh, you're making me blush.
I know how he is patient with small things.
Wait. Just for the record, mine's the biggest one. I'm just saying. You want to bring in small things. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Mine's the biggest.
Hey,
I couldn't let that one pass. I was trying.
he's rubbing it in again. Gentlemen, in all seriousness, cheers, guys. Heck of a job.
Very good.
Job well done. Looking forward to doing it again sometime in the future.
Absolutely. Miles
Oh yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, gents, I'm going to go ahead and drop you guys down for a little bit, and we'll bring the train freak, and I think there's a couple other people hiding here in the basement, so we'll bring them up for a little bit.
Awesome. Cool.
And when we get done talking about the Sidetrack Sunday stuff, then we'll bring everybody up, and we'll have a nice discussion. So
That's great. All right. I'll see you
all
back.
right, guys. Well, let me go ahead and drop you guys down here. And yeah, and they get to just look at me, Now, it's the train freak.
There we go.
I see what's over your left shoulder, Jason.
What?
You still got your bowling ball sitting there, don't you?
No, that's actually the wife's exercise ball, but it's right over here, though.
All right.
Hey, John.
Hey, guys.
Valley.
How are you guys?
Hey,
Doing good.
Good.
hanging in
So
there, man.
So is this the continuation of the decal screw up?
I hear you still got some decals. No, you're done with that. So the lick and stick worked good, huh?
Actually, I just sent him some more today, right?
Yeah. Hey, Sparky, are they supposed to taste like that?
Oh, Lord. Anyway, so what have we got going on, gentlemen? Don't everybody speak up at once.
Okay. So for those who did not attend my live stream last week or watch the replay, I attempted to decal a couple of cars that our Sidetrack Sunday group is wanting to give away as a contest. So the cars are done, and I have them right here, and I'll go ahead and show you. This is the N scale. Ooh, that is bright. Let me see if I can. There we go. I gotta hold the light off on that. So there's one side, and then here's the other side. So that's the N scale, and then HO. Same thing. You got John and Heath's channel on one side, and mine and Ray's on the other. And I actually threatened John and Heath that I was only going to do half the car since mine and Ray's channels were on that one side, and I was just going to call it done. But they kind of got into me and said, "No, you got to finish the cars." But yeah, they're done. I actually got them finished last night about midnight 30, so a little after midnight. So entry, we actually have a entry form, and I need to do the link.
I got the link here.
Oh, you got the link?
Same link?
Should be the same link.
Okay.
So, but I can screen share and show the preview. I'm gonna do that. And So it's actually on a Google form, and it's real easy to fill out. So Ray, let me know when you got my thing pulled up. Oh, looks like you do. Awesome. So it's got the basic rules, which is really not a lot of rules. The main key is you just got to be subscribed to all 4 of our channels. Question 1, you're going to put in your email address, and that's to make sure that, people are not putting in multiple entries. You do have to list your YouTube channel name because some email addresses and YouTube channel names do not match up. And that is verification for us to check to make sure that you are subscribed, not to one of us, but all 4 of us. And then here's the main question. So now you have to go back and watch at least just the intros on all 4 of our channels for Sidetrack Sunday. And you have to guess which channel had the correct intro. Is it John? Is it Heath? Is it myself? Or is it Ray's? And then you're just going to, choose the last question. Would you like to put in for the HO prize or the N-Scale prize? You can send me a copy of my messages if you want to, and then just hit submit and you're done. And then from there, it goes to John, which he will announce. I don't know how he plans on doing it, so I'm going to let him go from there. But he's going to announce it next week to see who wins which cars.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet either.
Well,
you on the spot there, John.
And just to clarify what Jason was saying, in the intro, Ray gave a version of how Sidetrack Sunday came together. And in each of the 4 intros, the version is slightly different. So you guys have to figure out which one is the correct one. And then from there, we'll have a drawing of some sort of all the correct answers.
Man, the question is, and I don't know if we have, of course, now's probably not the time to discuss this, but we'll bring it up. I'll bring it up anyway. Did we ever actually talk about the fact that even if somebody guessed wrong, that they would still be in the contest, or this is just I guess guessing which version was correct? That was just adding a little bit of fun to the whole thing, or how are we doing that, or what are we doing with it?
I thought that was you had to guess correctly to be entered in the contest, and then we would have a drawing from all those who guessed correctly.
Yeah, because if that wasn't the case, I was actually going to be mean and put in a 5th option that says none of the above. So, because I figured 90% would not believe any one of us.
Now, the funny thing of it is here it is. We're talking about these intros, and they're right. Every one of them that I did is a bit different. Only one of them is correct. And I actually, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything because I actually was going to say something about the fact that really I mentioned how this all went down probably in July or August. Actually, it was probably August, but it would take you a long time to figure out where that actual blurb is. So that'll just make it a little bit harder.
Yeah. And then if no one guesses it, then I guess everybody's in.
Yeah.
So, because we got to give these cars away. We got to give these cars away. So.
Yeah,
these are one of a kind cars. There's only one in HO and one in N.
That is correct.
Yep.
And the licking stick was not fun.
The funny thing of it is I think CDP 1965 actually said something about the fact he remembers seeing how this all came together. So, yeah.
I'll be honest. There is a few other live streams that me, John, Heath, that we've been on, and we've actually told the correct version. So, but I'm not going to say where. That's for you to find out.
This is an Easter egg hunt in September. Oh man. So yeah, this is going to be really cool. And like we said, these cars are lettered and numbered specifically for Sidetrack Sunday, and they're one of a kind. There's only going to be one in HO. There's only going to be one in N-Scale, And I think Jason, I think you and John had actually, or maybe even Heath brought it up, that I think we're probably going to do this once every year. So around this time, you know, on the anniversary, you know, we'll have another car. Of course, next year's it'll be labeled or numbered 2021.
Right.
This year, it's numbered 2020.
So we actually got real lucky because, you know, Ray and I, we are into operations. And when you're doing operations, it's very important for you to have, you know, the reporting marks and numbers, and that you don't have any duplicate cars on your layout. And so I was like, you know, trying to figure out, you know, is there a railroad that uses STS or STSX, which the X would be for like a leasing company. I think it's a DODX is Dow Chemical, maybe. No, that's Department of Defense. I know there's one for Dow Chemical. So there happened to be an STSX. So we were like, well, we can't use it, but there was no railroad that has. Well, Heath, if you decide not to do live streams, we'll throw somebody else's logo on there. But we got real lucky that STS did not. There was no railroad that had that reporting mark, so we have officially adopted that.
No.
So
I've got people breaking down the basement door like Sparky did the other night.
Hey, Chuck, I will be honest with you. My weathering skills are not good. So if you want me to destroy one of these cars if you win it, I mean, yeah, I could destroy it for you. So.
Oh, give me a soldering iron and I can do all sorts of magic. No.
Hey, I can always just repaint over it.
Yeah, and put those decals back on it again.
Oh, man, I don't want to lick and stick again. So, actually, one thing to mention, when I did order these cars, and they are both ACF 5250s, so they are both the exact same model, I was able to get the N scale and undecorated. However, HO, I could not find undecorated. So it's actually a Union Pacific car, which I'm not a big fan of UP for personal reasons. But that was the car that I picked to paint over. So I didn't try to take off any of the, the original decals, which I don't think they were originally decaled. I think they were heat paint stamped or something. Why not a box car? Okay, well, that's a good question because everybody else does box cars. We're different. I mean, we're sidetracked for a reason, so. Sparky, I tried licking it 3, 4, 5 times and it still didn't work.
Oh, no, I'm not going to go there.
I just have to interrupt this broadcast right now because he's not up here with you guys, and I really want to rub his nose in it. I was a bridge guy, too. So all you had to do is ask Buddy, and he'd let you build a bridge. He's just not going to record it and put it up there. Yeah. I wasn't good enough either, so. But I painted mine gray, and top's nice. Got the ends just like you guys got, and I wanted to see through mine, so I didn't put the tracks on it. That's all I got. That's all I wanted to say. I'm going back to the basement now. Put me back down there.
Put you back.
Ha Heath.
Well, hey, since Sparky was up there, I was going to say, is this the continuation of the roast of Ray Bobel?
I don't think that ever ends, Jason.
Man, I can't go anywhere. Yes, Heath, it is a rough crowd. Oh, man. Hey, I sent you the link, Heath. You could have came over here, but I think you were one of the. Well, I think you're out with the girlfriend, so that's fine. Hey, well, we got it under control. So, well, sort of.
Just like last week.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and bring JD and Rick back up here as well for a little bit. And
That was great. That was awesome. Good job, Sparky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's not short for humor, I'll tell you that.
I tell you what, with friends like these, I
Yeah.
don't need any.
And yet somehow you still got him.
Man. See, the thing of it is I tell people I'm like a bad penny. I just keep coming back. Oh, man.
Jeez.
So anyway, gentlemen, it's been an interesting year. I mean, here it is. The Grandpa Rails and John and I, cheese and crackers. Let me try that again. Rick, JD, and I went ahead and did the Bridgeville, which, like we've been talking about back and forth all year. We started discussing this back in April. JD built the first bridge May, June time frame. And of course, then came summertime, and then we started on this thing on August the 17th, and we literally finished up this week. So it was an epic build. And then in the process, as we all know by now, here it is. I get with the Sidetrack Sunday gang, and it's like, hey, we want to go ahead and make an announcement on the 30th of August. I'm like, no.
Sorry, that one's booked.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the crazy takeover night there. First, thought I was live, and then I think I had about a minute and a half or 2 minutes of dead air.
That was awesome, though.
Poor Rick's hanging out in the basement, don't know what the heck's going on,
Next thing I know, I get another link. Come join this one. I'm like, all right, shoot. Now I'm jumping windows, trying to get in the right chat.
Yeah.
All in all, it worked
Great.
out. It worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a great build, guys. You guys did an awesome job on those bridges.
Yeah,
And
I
now,
did.
I think we had mentioned before, but just to reiterate, we all got together and we showed the progress of our bridge each week. But individually, we've all been recording how we've been building it. So in the next coming weeks, those videos will be edited and put out on our own channels, so that you guys can all, if you want to, come back and see actually how we built it, how we put it together, and how it was glued and, in Ray's case, put together with chewing gum.
Yeah, might understand some of the madness that you've seen on screen that we've done between everything.
Yep. You'll be able to see the frustrations and the aha moments.
Yeah. Exactly. And the thing I was telling John and Jason yesterday and Heath that here it is. Yesterday, I finally decided, after I got done with the Baltimore Streetcar Museum and seeing Jerry Sadarilli, I went ahead and when I got back home, I actually, after I started editing the videos for the bridges. Yeah, I have got 4 30-minute videos that I'm going to have to upload, so it's going to take me a bit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I didn't cut anything out of them, but I had to shuffle things a little bit. Believe it or not, here it is. We did things episode 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, for me, the first 30-minute video is actually episode 1 and 2, and then episode 3 got broken into 2 parts, and then episode 4 was a part by itself. So that's the reason why it's that way. But so I just today put up 2 folders or playlists on my YouTube channel. One is for the bridge guys, all of our overviews that we did. Which, Rick, I really appreciate you dumping those videos in there. That was great. That was awesome. So you get to see the announcement video, and then they literally go in order: EP1, EP2, EP3, EP4, and then once this gets done right, we'll put this one up as well. Into that same, I'll put that into that same folder. And then the other folder is actually my bridge build, which, as we were talking about earlier, that basically took about 40 hours. So it's not something that's easy.
Yeah.
We got a question here from Manny. What are the three you're going to build next? You know, Manny, we don't know yet. And that's kind of still up for debate. We're not sure what our next steps are going to be.
Hey, Steve 87th PSAP recommends the oil refinery.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
I wish y'all the best of luck on that one.
What we actually talked about the other night was building an outhouse.
Yes.
Episode 1 would be the first wall. Episode 2 would be the second wall.
I love that idea. Episode 1.
Wilmer suggests we do outhouses.
Oh, shit.
Well, hey, I've got the building on my layout that's going to be the toilet factory. So, I mean, hey, we're all covered. So
there you go. There you go. Yeah, we have a bunch of ideas, none set in stone yet, but there will be further discussions of how the bridge guys may become the bridge crew. Who knows? Or the build crew. Who knows? We're still talking about it, but it's going to take a couple 6-packs to come to an agreement.
Yeah, we're going to have to go over some special water towers before we come up with that plan.
Yeah.
Oh, Chuck said the crapper build, guys. Nice. Do they make that in N scale? What are they talking about?
When do they make an N scale?
I know they do a stable track.
Oh.
probably that oil refinery kit.
Yeah,
I think Heath wants in on what y'all got going on.
Walter's turntable installs. Well, 2 of us on this panel have done that.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to you guys.
Yeah, I'll drop out for that one. I don't have a place for a turntable on my layout anyway.
So you put in what, the 90 scale foot, Ray?
Yeah.
I put in the big 130.
Yeah. Well, if you remember correctly, and the funny thing of it is,
that Bailey sure is good.
I actually had a new subscriber hit me up the other day asking me about the part numbers for the bearings for that I went ahead and redid.
See,
oh, that's
Ray,
awesome.
Hey, Ray, there's another guy who's just telling you his is bigger than yours.
Nobody asked you, JD. Oh, man. Jeez.
Rick can build a two-polar and a three. JD.
Wow.
Houses. Nice. Nice.
Oh, everybody's a comedian.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. So anyway, hey, I know that Jason's still working on his Helix, trying to get it straightened out, get it moving. John, what are you working on?
I'm still working on some scenery. I just pretty much started that, and I'm trying to get a little bit further on that. I want to get the scenery that's the toughest to reach out of the way. Yeah, so because once I start with the getting the buildings and stuff in closer, I'll never be able to reach it.
Right. And Rick, obviously, you got to go ahead and actually make the spot for your double deck bridge to fit, right? It doesn't sit where it's supposed to yet.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. That's why I brought him over.
Okay.
It's going without me.
I gave up. I built bridge. That's my claim to fame here. He's got to do everything else to make it work. But no, in seriousness, yes, we still have to work on
the track engineer, huh?
That's it. So, John designed the track plan, so I can't do, not that I can't do much without him. I'm afraid that if I go and screw up his plan and put something where it's not, he's just going to come over and rip it out anyway, and then, I'll feel like his is bigger than mine, and that's not a good feeling. So,
And I don't like doing rework.
That's right. We don't work twice around here. The wife doesn't give us that much time. So yeah, we still have to get the abutments put in place and secured, and then the two sides of the track on each side of the bridge still have to come together to meet the bridge, and then from then on, I'm pretty sure you'll see a video of its maiden voyage. We're not too far. I think laziness is just set in now. I'm damn tired from being up with this damn bridge. 4 hours a night after the kids go to bed. I mean, there were nights, days of the week where I wasn't going to bed until like 1 o'clock in the morning after working on this bridge for 3 hours. I'm going to take a much needed bridge vacation.
Hey, I won't have to worry about using my phone when I go to bed now.
That's right. You can keep your phone on. That's right.
Yeah, true.
So JD, what's your next step there, bud?
Well, I've got a section of my risers cut out where my new bridge is going to go. I'm going to have to raise the one end up a little bit so everything meshes just right, so it'll clear my double stack. I had one of those messed up planning opportunities. I didn't realize this bridge sat down lower than what I had in there before, so I've got to make some adjustments for that before I actually get it put in. But hopefully that'll be in a week or so, and I'll be able to run trains across there.
Right.
It's going to be a good photo op.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's like we talked about.
I can't wait.
Yeah, for this one, it's right at the bottom of the steps. It's definitely a focal point, and that's why I was saying I might have to build another one so I can outdo the one I just did.
Steve Childers asked, "Are any of these bridges going to be lift outs or hinged?" I don't think JD's or Ray's will. Currently, right now, my plan is not to, but something tells me I'm going to get really tired of crawling under it eventually, and it's going to wind up getting you know what? I was talking with John up there, Schuylkill Valley, and he sent me his plans for his lift out. So I may have to make a mock-up of that and put a nice plaque on it, from John from Schuylkill Valley, because I loved it.
Wait. Hey, John, did you copyright that yet?
Not yet. I have the patent paperwork filed though.
There you go. In that case, I'll license it. Well,
because the last week when you were showing where yours was going to end up, when you're on Tom's trains and things, I'm sitting there looking at it going, yeah, I can see Rick going ahead and popping up too quick and bouncing off the bottom of that thing and breaking it, and then he's going to be really upset.
Yeah. That's why I'm pulling for the board all the way across under there. But he doesn't want to listen to me. I said, you're going to be the first one to come up too early, and there's a bridge.
Yep. I may just have to put a 2x4 or something under there so I hit that first.
And see, that's why I made sure that this layout that I'm building now is U-shaped, so I can just easily go in and out the middle.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with my height constraints, that would have meant an 18-inch curve on each side, and that would not have flowed. That would not have flowed.
Yeah, that's the reason why this one here is in the middle of the room. Basically, well, it's not in the middle of the room, but there's a 3-foot walkway all the way around it, so I don't have to crawl under it or over it or walk into it, walk around it. Because I try to tell you what, that bridge that I had built for the old layout, that worked great. when it was in a 13-foot by 11-foot room. When it was freestanding, that thing was a pain in the butt.
Mine's across the back door, so install the lift out and ended up doing it.
Being hinged.
Nice.
Yeah, like I said, with the one that I had, Steve, mine was built like a door. It actually swung in. It was actually on casters, but when it came to where it met up with the layout on the one side, there was actually a lip that it would ride up on, so that both sections were flat across. So that way it stayed in alignment. The problem was when I went from the actual enclosed room to a freestanding layout, there was nothing to keep you from pushing the bridge too far through. So that I had to come up with a stop to keep it from getting to where it would go past that point. So there's still there. It's still I still have those videos up on the channel. So I'm not planning on taking those down because to me that was a neat feat of engineering the way I did that. Hey John, I think that CP 1965 can relate to what you had going on.
Hey, I've done it many times. If not my head, it's my back. You know, thinking I'm clear, and then I go up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do that a lot.
I don't know if you noticed when I did the video on Tom's trains and things, the actual bridge that we're building is going to be like 2 to 3 inches higher than the current. I don't even know what you want to call it. I'm going to say a crossover. There's a piece of wood with a track incline, and that's actually lower. So that's probably what I'll hit first, and that's only track. So I don't mind if that gets ruined, but at least it'll give me some leeway before I get to the bridge.
Yeah.
But yes, Jason did to agree with you. Yes, I've scraped my back on that many times. I've got some bald spots back here too, just from that also.
Yeah, I know that John had a nice bump on his forehead from walking into his a couple of times, and then he went ahead and put a piece of foam across.
Yeah, it scalped me a few times.
Didn't know you had Apaches in your house.
Neither did I.
Cast iron might work. Oh, geez. Yeah, I could just see that now, container man. Right, Roy.
My head would ring for days.
Yeah, but I guarantee you wouldn't walk into it very often.
Oh, heck no.
If I hit it hard enough,
Yeah.
I might get it there the second time.
Well, if you got cast iron, then you don't need a bell on the locomotive.
Good point. Good point. Good point. The question is, what would ring, my head or the bar?
Depends on which is
Well,
emptier.
Oh, touche, John.
You wouldn't do it twice. I would.
So every time you hit it, you have to say, function 1.
It's empty, so no ringing there. Thanks, Sparky.
So if it's empty, it sounds like this.
Yeah, it's like a drop of water. Never hits the bottom. Man, oh man. So, Ray, question for Ray and John. I know we've talked about some ideas of how we go forward. Or are we letting them any of them out of the bag, or are we going to do another announcement video?
I think we're still let's put it this way. I'll go ahead and throw a couple of teasers out there. Let's do it this way. The bridge guys are going to become the build guys. And what we're probably going to end up doing is maybe picking up 1 or 2 more folks, one in N scale, possibly even one in O or S scale. And we're also thinking about doing in the future kind of a round robin type of thing. where you would have 3 or 4 builders, and you would have one moderator or interviewer. So that way, each one of us, if it's a build that we weren't interested in, or if it's something that we really don't need for our layout or something like that, we could just become an interviewer, and everybody else could go ahead and have at it. Those are the things that were kind of tossed around. There's nothing set in stone. We really haven't talked to anybody about it yet.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that the 3 amigos about possibly picking up another and making it the 4 horsemen. But it wouldn't be a bridge. It would just be another structure. We've actually talked about, the 3 of us, we've actually talked about the possibility there may even be some scratch builds in on that as well. I've got at least 2 that I want to do, which is something I've never attempted. But after building that thing, I think I'm pretty much ready to attempt that. The possibilities of doing a scratch build. The thing of it is, hey, Vinny, if you're out there, I might want to get your phone number at some point because I'm probably going to need some help.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for a scratch build yet, but I do have a couple kits under the bench that I might pull out just to start playing with.
Yeah.
So, that was a great explanation, Ray. It wasn't like specific at all.
Well, it wasn't anything. Oh man. But yeah, I mean that's we had, and as you could see, and even on Wednesday night when everybody was beating me up or roasting me on Sparky's live stream, the JD, Rick, and I, we had a blast with this. It was one of those things, if I would have known back in April-May time frame how this was going to go and how well received it was by the community, actually the 3 of us, if we would have known how well received it was going to be, we probably would have offered in an N-scale guy to be a part of the crew at that point as well. But to be perfectly honest, none of us, the guy, me, JD, Rick, had any idea what you all were going to think about the 3 of us goofballs going ahead and attempting to build this Craftsman kit. So, I mean, it could have gone 180 degrees from the way it went. It could have become a complete flop and would have been, that's okay. These guys are actually off their rockers. But it didn't, and it's because of the folks that are sitting here in chat tonight and the folks that are up here with me. That's the reason why it worked. So, who knows? It's one of those things.
That's right, Ray, because if you remember, originally when we talked about it in our many late night sessions, we originally set up saying, all right, we're just going to record these things and then we'll release them on Sunday as videos. If people watch them, they watch them. If they don't, they don't. And then the response that we got from the live stream, the one that JD took over, and everyone just kept saying, first of all, everybody was having such a good time in the chat. I think we went for almost 2 hours that night, and we had such a good time that we went offline. I think the very next day, and we went, this needs to be a premiere. This definitely needs to be a premiere.
And we appreciate the community backing us on that and giving us the idea to be able to do that, and it worked out well.
The concept is great, right? Yeah, you had to release this as premieres.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like we said, John, we had no idea how this was going to be received. And I remember when I was talking to, I don't know if it was you or Jason or Heath at one point, we were talking about, the reason why I couldn't talk about Sidetrack Sunday on that show in August.
Right.
Because, Rick and JD, I don't know if I ever told them that, hey guys, by the way, I've got somebody beating me up on the side because they want to go ahead and expand Sidetrack Sunday at the same time that we're trying to do a bridge launch.
Yeah, I don't think.
I think it was equally the 3 of us. Equally.
Yeah, I don't think JD and I found out until like that Friday before the premiere, I think it was. But yeah, before the
Yeah,
premiere.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, like I said, it was just I'm like, I'm trying to play diplomat with both sides. I'm like, I'm stuck in the middle here. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a hard place to be.
Yeah, I tell you what, the things that keep you up at night.
Oh, well, that was just me and Rick. I mean,
Yeah, ding, ding.
Ding.
Who the hell texted you at midnight? It's the bridge guys. Oh man! So yeah, I mean, but it was this whole concept, both concepts. The expanding the sidetracks on to include John, Heath, and Jason, and then the bridge guys, the bridge builds. The last month and a half or so have been absolutely amazing, and I tell you what, you guys, I really appreciate you guys hanging in there and bringing these things up and having us be able to work on this. I mean, all 5 of us, 6 of us. This has been amazing, absolutely amazing. Who would have thought? I certainly didn't think about it, and we talked about this on Sparky's stream the other night too. I certainly did not think back in December of 2014 that I would be sitting here in 2020 doing a live stream with 4 other guys in the community after the 3 of us just got finished building a bridge. Right?
Good bridge.
It wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So take it. Oh, the Sparky's got a. Sparky's heading in for a minute.
Uh-oh.
There is a song about. Yeah, Jerry, there certainly is, and I'm not going there. That's Steeler's wheel.
Steeler's wheel.
Oh, apparently Anthony Dodge jumped in here at some point, and I don't know when. I didn't catch him.
I didn't see when he jumped in.
No, I didn't see Anthony.
No, I just made the comment that he did a
comment. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he made a parody on it. Actually, his wife sang that song.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stuck at a Train Show with You.
Well, for this to really work, Jerry, hold on a minute. I'd have to do this. or maybe even better if I did it. Well, hey man, here, we'll do it this way. Yep. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I've got Dr. Johnny Fever over on this side.
Glad y'all knew who that was because they had to explain it to me.
WKRP in Cincinnati. Yeah, I bet you still haven't gone back and put that
I thought turkeys could fly.
You probably still haven't gone back and looked at that, have you, Rick?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I picked it up that night. Yeah. Can't say you're wrong.
That's one of my save lists. WKRP. I think it was 200 episodes or something.
Yeah. Oh man. So, what else we got, gents? I mean, we're an hour and 15 minutes in. I don't know where Heath got off to. I guess.
Yeah, chat went quiet since Heath left. And now Sparky's gone and Tim hasn't moved in like 10 minutes.
I don't know if my internet just messed up or what. But I lost y'all for a second.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we didn't lose you.
Okay, I did that problem here. I had everybody gone back.
We actually. I was testing that because I just got finished. I want to wait for Heath to come back because he actually asked me a question on Sparky's live stream the other night about the dispatcher station. Well, if you all have noticed, that's kind of where I'm sitting. The thing is what I ended up doing is underneath the bar there is now a PC. And the other night I wanted to test it, so I sent Blink to Grandpa Rails and Rick Bailey, and what was it, about halfway through it, all of a sudden, I lost everything. I'm like, crap! And it's because that PC, the Ethernet connector went bad, and I've actually got a USB connection on the back of it, and it was really flaky. I must have hit the bar, and it shook it loose, and I dropped connectivity. I'm like, well, that sucked. I come back, and the two of them are just chatting away.
Hey, Ray, if you don't mind, can I get a vodka and Coke while you're over there?
Oh, man. Oh, hey, Sparky's back. Yeah, hey, Dave, I'm at your favorite spot here, bud. By the way, I'm at the bar.
Now all I need is a white Russian. We'll be good.
Yeah, there ain't a whole lot over here because I'm not a big alcohol drinker, so you know.
Jason, what did I tell you? 15 minutes of train talk.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to remember last week we started off with bowling, so we didn't even start with trains.
Might as well get it out of the way because none of this other crap's gonna matter.
Yeah, pretty much.
We had a 10-minute segment of bowling, and then we went into 45 minutes of Jason trying to figure out how to get decals on the side of an HU scale car.
Man. I will tell you, the micro mark paper that I used for the first time is nothing like micro scale. Two totally different. Yeah.
No, Sparky. The bar, but the bar's not stocked till I get there. Yeah, you're probably right. Oh man. Oh geez, now we're going back to the whole Steelers wheel thing.
Lost on that one.
Only thing we need in here now is Steeler fans, so that way it would just make it all complete. You know, it'd be full circle. Oh, come on, JD. You and I, we've been working together for the last 4 months, man. Come on. But
sunny
anyway.
in California.
What was that?
It's still sunny in California.
Yeah.
That's another song. Different group. Hey, you know, we go out there to see JD. It'd be Hotel California.
Oh God! Where's this going? Let me guess. For snacks, are you going to eat raisins too?
Yeah, the California raisins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just heard that one through the grapevine. Anyway. Isn't Grandpa's turn to stock?
Grandpa, you've been called out. Sparky's saying it's your turn to stock the bar.
Oh man. Grapevine. Okay.
Yeah. I think somebody was whining again.
Yeah.
Turn up, Ray. Turn up. Yeah, we've been derailed a long time ago.
Hey, all over the field. It's all over the field.
This is typical sidetrack Sunday stuff here, folks. And John, you sure you wanted to join in with this?
I was.
Well, hey, you wouldn't be the first one that's abandoned us. Look at Heath.
He just disappeared.
I think
he's
left
a
because there
AWOL.
wasn't any flogging going on. So
Oh, man.
We got a serious question here. Hold on.
All right, Anthony. The micro scale paper was actually pre-made decals, so I didn't use a printer for those.
Wonders how it works.
Yeah.
But when you do your own decals, what kind of printer do you have at home that you use to do your decals?
I have a LaserJet copier. I'm just going to pan my camera around and see if you can see it, but it's right there. So I've got a little copier. It's a Kyocera Ecosys.
Yeah.
And I mean, it came out great. And I think, one of the things that the instructions did not say that I'm going to go ahead and let all y'all know is spray at least 2 coats of gloss on it. Gloss clear coat. Because the issue I was having was not necessarily the decals were folding under. It was as I was trying to get all the water off of it and put the Solvaset on and make sure the Solvaset was equally spread, the toner was coming off of them. So it was like, okay, now I got a clear decal with no design. What's the point of that?
Right.
So, and then with the Solvaset, actually with the paper, if I put the cars like under a ceiling fan, let some air blow on it, once all the moisture's gone, the decal's actually stuck pretty good to it. So I just put just a tad bit of that Solvaset on the edge just to kind of mold it in, and I left it alone.
Yeah.
But Sparky's lick and stick method did not work either.
Sparky said you were licking the wrong end. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I asked him if it was supposed to taste like that, and he never responded. So, I mean, you would have think he would have at least said something.
I was trying to respond to a comment that was in here, and unfortunately, my keyboard decided it was going to stop working.
Oh my!
Wireless keyboard, and it decided it was going to crap out on me.
Hey, just blame it on Heath. It's all his fault.
It's always his fault.
Yeah, Randall Ellison said something about being. I was just going to tell him that I'm not a sports fan, so I don't have a team. But that's beside the point.
Manny said, "I think getting you all together with beer would be a train wreck."
It's actually a train wreck already, Manny.
We just started picking up the pieces the moment we went live.
This video.
Now.
Yeah, it's like the videos from what is it, the 1920s, 1930s, where you saw the 2 steam locomotives just hit head in. And
I'm surprised somebody doesn't have that as an intro. That's like the classic, Addams Family movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think it's because you'll get copyright.
Oh no, maybe not from the show, but trying to make your own or do something. I don't think anybody's done it.
Oh, Steve, trust me. When
I almost had that.
It was a blast. It was a blast.
Yeah, I bet it would be a blast.
I don't know. Drake was talking about the Addams Family over there, and then
Yeah,
that was that one up there.
Here, what's going on, Brian? Oh man. Yeah, I tell you what, I probably should be put away someplace by now, but that's beside the point. Is there a rule against having this much fun? There better not be.
You can never have too much fun.
What are rules?
They're made to be broken.
Are there still some left? I think I broke all those.
Yeah.
Oh man, Andy Ambrose. You can do that with a Model 2 train speed on the bridge. No, nope, not.
Nope.
And
It's illegal in 32
So,
states.
no.
I think I've been banned from 32 states.
Ken, if you saw the beginning of the show, it was derailed from the start.
From the very start, yeah.
So 32 states down, 18 to go.
What is counting?
Not legal in 32 states or Canada. Wait a minute.
Rule 5 doesn't apply here.
What's that?
Andy said Rule 5 does not apply here. Have to drink to put up with me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Vinny does pretty good on recycling when Sparky and I and Roy are over there.
No, I bet. I bet.
He has a lot of cans after we're gone.
I was going to say, that was one of the things I had seen on Facebook. Somebody had posted a picture of a waste management letterhead that were, because of the pandemic, obviously people were staying home and they had kids. So they were like, we really appreciate your recycling, but the 42 cases of empty beer cans is a bit of a problem. Do you think you need help?
Oh my God.
You know what, Brian? I don't think there isn't anything that alcohol can't help. Although I'm just naturally crazy, so it doesn't matter to me.
Brian, if drinking doesn't work, just get into a room with these two guys and you're going to not stay for a while.
Hey now. I'll put you back in the basement, Rick.
Oh man, for a moment there I was hosting the show. Hey, at least now I can't go wrong with which way I point.
Hey, there's Steeler fan. You missed it, man. We were talking about the Steeler Field before, but anyway. Anybody use a Prodigy MRC Elite?
Nope.
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 NCE all the way.
Woohoo!
Yep, I have NCE. I've got a couple of MRC sound decoders from way back in the day.
Oh Lord, one trouble left and we got another trouble in.
Yeah, did you see that too?
There goes Shannon. Look, he snuck in the back door.
Oh.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
What's up,
What is
Shannon?
it, about noon?
Yeah, I'm trying to convince Ray to go NCE. He's still hooked on this digicrap stuff.
I'm still DCC. I'm sorry, DC, not DCC.
Well, yeah, it's still better
I'm
than
the
digicrap.
guy.
I used to have Digicrat. I know.
Oh. Never, Shannon.
Oh wait, I forgot to start the timer. We're talking about trains again.
Yeah, you're in the basement.
I will. I got you, Shannon.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh, there's that, the thing about the thing with the thing. Shannon's involved with that.
There is a conspiracy in the making.
Oh boy. I think my NCE power throttle is toast. Worked until I moved.
My NCE power
That's not a good thing. I have no idea. I knew
Yeah, I don't
my
even
brother a couple years ago when he moved, he had put some stuff away, and when he got done with it, it wouldn't work after he put it back out of storage.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how you would begin to trouble that.
Yeah, not a Power
We're
Pro.
both trying to use it.
Are you sure it's not the power? Are you sure it's not the power pack? Are you getting voltage to the back of the wires of the power pack?
Well, if it's a Power Pro, it wouldn't be wireless, so it could be the 6. What is it? A RJ11 or RJ12 telephone
It's an
cable?
RJ12. It would be a six pin cable.
Yeah, so the RJ12 could be the issue.
So yeah, it's got to be a 6-pin cable, and it's got to be connected to the port on the left. Well,
Right.
You're right.
Yeah, one of those 2 ports.
Yeah,
It'll work in one and not in the other.
that is correct.
Because I did have the Power Pro, and within the last 6 months I traded it in for a Pro Cab.
Yeah, I've got Pro Cabs here.
Yeah, I have both.
I've got the 5 amp system.
That's what I have, and I'm probably going to eventually bump up and add a 5 amp booster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a 5-amp booster. My main track has the 5-amp powerhouse, and then also a 5-amp booster, and then I used my Power Pro for mainly like testing and programming locomotives, and then at Christmas time, that's what powers the train around the Christmas tree.
Okay.
That's about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I really need to get a booster yet for my layout.
Don't listen to Rick. Nobody else does.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wait a minute. This coming from the guy who left a comment on one of my videos saying this guy's really knowledgeable. I remember that. I had respect for you up until a moment ago. Shannon said, "Who's Rick?" That guy. That guy.
Take it easy, Randall. Have a good one, buddy.
See you, Randall.
Take care, Randall.
I can never
Oh,
remember.
man.
Later, Randall.
So, 5-amp booster.
Yeah, that's the thing with still running DC. I've got an MRC Tech 2 sitting over there, and then on the main layout for local control, I've got rail power 1370s, and then if I'm in show mode like I was earlier, underneath the bar here, there's a old Trio Pacer. That's an antique power supply. I think that's probably from the 60s. But that'll run once everything is flipped, it'll run the whole thing from here. So, and that's what I was doing. Of course, that's the first time that power pack's actually run the layout in 2 months. That was one of the things too. Earlier today, I was sitting down here getting ready to start running some stuff around. And I remembered, I'm like, you know what? I haven't moved the train on this layout in probably a month because I've been so focused on building the bridge. So, of course, I had to go through and clean all the track.
Yep.
Well, at least you can run a train.
Huh?
I said, at least you can run a train. I can partially run one. Down the helix, around, and back up the helix, and I got to stop.
I was like that for a while.
Hey, Mystic. Yeah, I tell you what, Rick, I'm really interested to see how that 18-inch radius helix works out.
So am I. I haven't touched it in a year.
18-inch
that's a feat of
radius?
engineering there. That's a tight helix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got to be a pretty steep grade, too.
I think it's a 3% grade.
Okay.
It's got four levels, 3% grade. If I did my math first.
Crossed Anchors wants to know, so who of the 5 can run the most trains at once?
When
I can run 2 at the same time.
when I get my bridge put in, I'll be able to do 6, maybe, possibly. Well, let's put it this way. There's a space constraint. When you talk about trains, you're going that big. I can put maybe, I don't know, 7 or 8 locomotives on there at a time.
It's the one-armed fisherman type of thing. He's the one-armed train layout guy.
Yeah, it's only that big. Yeah.
Well, and then that question comes up too, like, is it running trains to rail fan or running trains to actually do operations? Because depending on the layout, like mine's set up for operations, I can run once it's finished, 1, 2, 3, 5 or 6. But they all have to work around each other. But if it's just like continuous rail fanning, I'm only gonna be able to run one.
See, Sparky, you and I have more in common than you think. I, unlike Jason and some of the other guys, also just like to see trains run. I don't really care much about operations and switching and all that. So if I can put 6 trains on a layout, they'll probably crash, but what the hell?
6 trains, really? 6 trains? I have a hard enough time keeping 3 from crashing into each other.
Well, when John and I did that impromptu live stream that one day from my phone, we had 4 on there that day, and that was only on one.
I actually trimmed up before I started up today.
Yeah, we had 4 locomotives going on 3. All right, so we had 3 locomotives going on one track. I've got 3 tracks. So double it up, do my math. I don't know. If I did it that way, I can put 12 locomotives on there.
Well, Rick,
but I still have 2 power districts. I could definitely handle it.
Do you have a speedometer where you can, when you're running those multiple trains, that you got them all running the same speed?
No. We just calculated from this beer bottle to this beer bottle.
Oh, water towers. I see you using the special water tower method.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I don't use that method. I cheat and I use this method right here.
Yeah, I'll eventually get one of those.
Yeah, I need one.
Since Ray doesn't lend out his tools, I was hoping he'd send me one for Christmas.
What's that? The special water bottle?
Rick knows the most about model trains, and who knows the most about real trains?
That's
Not
right.
me.
I'm clueless.
Which of the panel knows the most about model trains, and who knows the most about real trains? Are we talking trains again?
I think it's Keith that crossed anchors is trying to bring us back on track, and we just keep jumping over.
I think he's in the wrong stream.
I can fix that. I'll be right back.
We can't stay on track right now.
So far, he said if Rick drinks enough, we'll see 24 trains running. I think we should do that. Just go live one day, and for every beer I drink, add a new locomotive to the layout.
Getting back to Brian real quick. The thing is, oh boy.
Or should we say, oh balls?
Yeah, me too. Your mom's supposed to make
the thing is
mashed potatoes and stuff.
I know enough to be dangerous. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So, okay.
As far as being able to tell the difference between certain, not so much. I mean, especially once you get to the modern era, I'm completely lost when it comes to that. The steam era a little bit easier. Although I know that there are certain designations for certain steam locomotives, Northerns and Pacifics and things of that nature. But I always know them by their wheel arrangement. It's a 462 or it's a 210-2 or a 282 or whatever. That's basically where it goes. So it's, I guess it's, I know enough to be dangerous.
So as far as my knowledge goes, it's actually hand-me-down from someone who actually used to do a whole bunch with the real trains. The guy that owns and runs the hobby shop that I help out with at times, he used to be a federal railroad inspector for the FRA. And so his knowledge for American trains and Canadian, Mexican, all the way down to Panama, I mean, it's superb. I mean, he pretty much knows everything. So Ray can count. So I've learned a lot from him, but as far as like my self-research, I haven't really done anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't know a thing about real trains. I never followed real trains. Jerry tries to teach me stuff, and I get that glassy-eyed look that comes over. And as far as model trains, I only know as much as you guys teach me. So whatever you put in on your videos, it gets in here somewhere and soaks up.
Okay, Ray runs old DC. Rick has the biggest bridge. JD rocks the staff and train freak. Oh yeah.
Steve, what about John? You left John out.
Yeah.
That must be the square.
He's the anchor of the whole thing.
I'm working the merry-go-round.
I was wondering what Sparky was barking about, then I went back and saw that.
What do you guys like?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hands one DC guy up here amongst 4 DCC guys.
you know, I would say that depends, but those are diapers.
Off the track Sunday. Oh, yeah. Trying to get in.
Oh boy.
John's the calming influence. Yeah.
John's been trying to keep us on. Both Johns have been trying
John's
to
the
keep
grown up in the room. Nice.
Wait a minute, Mystic.
Hey,
Wait,
John, what did I do to you, man? Good point, Ray. You must be talking about JD.
What? No.
I may grow old. I refuse to grow up.
No.
Agree to
Don't grow
that.
up. What are you doing over there?
Hey, I don't go by my age. I go by my shoe size.
Oh, great. Oh, my goodness.
Okay. So I'm going to make it simple. DC versus DCC. If you've got a very small layout, you know, like one loop, let's say HO scale, it's a 4x8 sheet of plywood. You've only got one track going around. Don't waste your money on DCC.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and do DC. If you're going to do something big, expansive, that's when you crank up the DCC. I mean, that's
Yeah,
easy to explain.
I started on we started on a 4x8 sheet of plywood DC, and yeah, really quickly we went, yeah, I can't move things around the way I want, and we went DCC. I think within like 6 months of building the first layout. Learned a lot real quick, I'll tell you that.
Roy, if I would reverse the numbers in my age, that would make me older.
That would actually make me younger.
Well,
That would make
It would
me
make
old.
me a lot younger.
yeah, me too.
Till next year, that would be younger.
If I reverse my numbers, that puts me at 16.
16.
Yeah, me too, JD.
It would be
I would be younger than both of you. I'd be 5.
I'd be 93.
I would be 43.
Oh God, we'd be closer in age.
It's funny because everybody goes back and forth with the DC versus DCC systems, and you know I've been running DC for 40 years. It's what I was brought up on. It's what I know. And as I explained on Sparky's show the other night, you know, here it is. I deal with high technology on a daily basis. The last thing I want to do is come home and deal with it when I get home, which is one of the reasons why I hadn't switched to DCC. The other thing is up until I built this monster, everything I had was basically 4x8s or 2 4x8s or 13 foot by 11, which meant that you could see everything by standing in one spot. You didn't have to worry about having remote areas or remote control to be able to do anything. Since I've built this thing and I've been doing the operations by myself since I've got it up and running, I'm beginning to understand why people do DCC. Does that mean I'm going to switch tomorrow? No. There's a lot of other things that come into play, and it's going to be a bit before I get there. But eventually, I'm probably going to say maybe within the next 5 years or so, I'll probably end up going ahead and converting to DCC. But we'll see what happens. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But
that'll be the day that the
right,
flies are.
CDP 1965, but the way that this one's set up right now, I could in theory do both. Because of the way that the DPDT switches are set up, I could go ahead and make one side DCC and the other side DC. Absolutely.
You know, Ray, if I ever do get a chance to get down there, I'm bringing my powerhouse system so I can run a DCC locomotive on here.
Oh God!
You going for another one, JD?
Somebody's taking over for Heath.
Ryan wants to know. So, what are we doing for shots tonight?
Well, hey Ray, if someone's taking over for Heath, we need to get Shannon up here.
Requires an 8-man crew to run more.
Yeah, oh goodness, here we go.
Oh my God, help me!
Absolutely. I'm gonna leave you all hanging.
You know what I'm going to do for Christmas? I'm going to buy Ray a DCC system, but I'm going to keep the power cord until his birthday.
You know, the funny thing of it is, Rick, I wouldn't have to wait long. my birthday comes up in early January, so it wouldn't be long. Oh, no, Shannon. Oh, goodness.
Let me in.
Oh.
Man.
Man, it's a tough crowd. Oh, boy. So anyway, we've been on here for almost 2 hours.
Yep.
2 good hours. I'm telling you, Ray, it's like when we get together, it's a conversation. You look at the clock and it's like, damn, it's 1 a.m. Shoot.
Well, I can't really say it was late nights because we didn't have those late nights.
Yeah, don't. No.
That's like right now. It's 10 minutes.
Good evening, Grandpa.
See, that's why Sparky's still here because I opened up the garage door.
Oh, man. Yeah, see, that's the thing. This is exactly the things that we were putting up with when we were going ahead and doing these builds. We were talking to JD. It's like, dude, it's 11 o'clock. No, it ain't. It's only 8 o'clock here. What are you talking about? I'm ready to go for a few more hours.
The funny thing is, JD and I would sit there, like Ray said, at 12 or 1 o'clock at night, and we'd be texting back and forth. And I'm sure Ray's going, "Oh, what the hell, guys? I'm trying to go to sleep." But then I'm sitting there the next morning, and it's like 8 a.m. Eastern time, and I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'll wait to text Grandpa. He's probably still sleeping."
I appreciate that.
Yes, I'm turning it to my elders.
Did you
I
see
don't
what
know.
Shannon
Shannon's
said?
up till 4 in the morning over there, and of course it's only like 9 a.m. here, or 10 a.m. So it's like, hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Wimble train midday here. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Wimble train. Okay.
Oh. Midday here.
Yeah, that's what Shannon was saying too.
Yeah.
Tomorrow over there. Okay.
Yeah, what are those lottery numbers, by the way?
What's that?
Yeah.
I said,
I
yeah. I need a Wimble train and Shannon to give us all the lottery numbers.
That would work.
Yeah, since they're ahead of us.
Yeah.
What do I have in the works? Well, I gotta get my bridge mounted in place. I gotta finish working on Kimberly's layout with the highways and byways striping kit, and she's gonna become a modeler because she has some modeling kits that she needs to build for her town. So we're gonna get her started on that. So that's what we have coming up in the future.
His face and
Oh, Jesus.
Oh boy.
I'm not touching that. I'm not a part of that crew.
Oh jeez.
That's about as bad as telling someone to take a piece of saran wrap and stick it to their face and say, "Hey, you got a Halloween mask."
Oh.
Well, Sparky, what do you mean? You and Heath have already nibbled on each other.
Oh my god! I missed that. Where did that come from?
That was on the last live stream.
Oh man!
That was on the first show, the first live stream we did.
Holy smokes!
Gosh.
That's when they were starting the flogging, and Sparky was showing his dark side. You know, I mean, boy, it got kind of deep, really way deep off the side tracks that night.
That went towards the sewage plant.
Yeah.
This is a Sunday night. I hate to see you guys on a Saturday night.
Bourbon. Now we need bourbon. I mean, if we're going to go that far, we might as well just step it up and go for the Everclear.
I was going to say, don't you have some shine floating around?
Let's go up above that and just go to the shine, my friend.
I got bourbon. I got rum. Who needs a drink?
Oh, see, now you're going to make me break into this.
Good Saturday
Pullman's
night.
house now. We got the octopus.
Oh my god!
And for the creeks, we got some ooze.
Wow.
Oh.
Careful, Ray. You got work tomorrow.
Yeah, thankfully I don't have to go far.
So true. So
I
true.
can crawl up the steps and I can just fall back down on the marble.
No one, your luck. By the time you crawl up to the top, it's time to come back down.
Help my forward, I can't get up.
I'm sorry, but I can't come into work today.
Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Oh boy.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shannon's been talking some smack on his live or his streams, the backside or the trackside beams.
That would be too funny.
Yeah.
That would be too funny.
Wait, what the heck? Wait a minute, Sparky. Have you seen that thing? I think they're pretty good and well stocked there, bud.
Mine's big. Oh, he said bar, not bridge. Sorry.
Oh my goodness! There you go. Yeah, 130 bottles plus 40 beer. No chance.
Well,
Hey, that's a start.
that's the start.
Oh boy. Yes, Nancy, we're completely off. We completely derailed. That happened a long time ago.
Oh, absolutely. We're still trying to recover. Do you have a kegerator?
Ooh, nice.
Oh man. Dude,
So is the beer on tap?
Your biggest-
Not holding an intergalactic kegerator down here.
You never know. They might have a brewery down in the basement.
That's the reason why the railroad's in the attic.
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
My son-in-law does his home brew. He brews beer. He's brewed quite a few good beers.
There you go.
Maybe I'll put in for some for next year. Maybe I'll just drive out to bring a keg of beer with me. Sounds like a plan. Oh, but wait. I got a couple guys that owe me a couple of beers.
I wonder who they are.
I don't know. I think their initials are RB. I don't know.
And it just so happens that both of them's initials are RB.
How convenient for me.
I need
Very nice fever going on down there.
So I got a question. If I had a lighter and I held the lighter up here, would that make your seat hot?
Try it, Jason.
Well, let me go get the lighter.
I don't want to be down here with you.
Hey,
are.
there's a Jason between two
Florida,
jobs.
Virginia. My mom lives in Virginia. My dad lives in West Virginia.
Manny, how many locomotives do you plan on running at once? Or how many consists or trains?
Hey, Brian, how did that brisket turn out?
Here it is. We get sidetracked and somebody tries to get us back re-railed.
Oh, that ain't
It won't
happening.
last long.
And the panel goes quiet.
Hey, our derail is like what happened at Santa Fe Junction in Kansas City the other day. It was on the bridge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was insane. That was absolutely insane.
Uh,
The to see that, I didn't see it live, but I went back and watched it. And of course, the moderator that was in there at the time that was operating the camera did a heck of a job, catching that. But that was insane. I mean, and that dude that was down there just to film that train, I don't know what he was, I don't know.
That's his lucky day.
Huh?
I mean, he's got to be lucky.
I mean, the thing of it is it started happening. He goes back over to the car and is like, "Did you see that?"
Shoot, why did he not go play the lottery? I mean, if he's that lucky, I mean, come on now.
Oh my gosh! I'd like to know who it was. I'd like to see what that video looked like from his perspective. But that was loud as heck on that camera on the what the heck is the name of the daggone company? It's a
virtual rail fan.
Huh?
Virtual rail fan.
No, I'm talking about where the camera the two cameras actually sit. They sit on a sheetrock company out there.
Oh.
They actually let their they actually rent out, well, not rent out, but they're actually sponsoring those cameras that are on their building.
Right. So the hobby shop, that I work with, we actually entertain the idea of putting a camera there because it sits right. It's an old Mopac depot, or Missouri Pacific for those who don't know what Mopac is. But it sits right on Union Pacific's Hoxie subdivision where the Memphis subdivision wise off. So you got trains coming and going from 3 different directions. And the way that they work, because I actually contacted Virtual Rail Fan, they own the cameras. They will come and install them. All they need from, you as the sponsor is a connection to a 10 meg up internet connection. Right. And that's it. That's all you have to provide. They will come and do the rest of it for you.
Cool. I wished I knew of some place around here that I could go ahead and do something like that, but I don't. Even though the railroad tracks for the CSX go right behind the bowling alley that I bowl at. But they don't have, I know they don't have that. We can barely get internet while we're in the building, much less freaking back here. But then again, it's not exactly, I mean.
Three up, yeah.
Oh, brother.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez. You know what, Sparky?
No, that's the thing. That one started with Container Man.
Oh, it started with Container Man. Oh, jeez. I should have expected nothing less. Oh, boy. Anyway. Well, it's now 10 o'clock. I know JD could go for another 3 hours.
I'm waiting for dinner to finish up.
Jason go for another 2.
I got about 30 more minutes to go. All right.
Yep.
But
that means I have one more of these then.
Oh boy.
So anyway, folks, really appreciate everybody jumping in here tonight. I think at one point in time I thought I saw we had like 40 views, which was cool. As you know, the bridge guys, the bridge builds are now done. We revealed them tonight. I'm sure that JD and Rick, well, mainly Rick, he hasn't actually gotten his installed into his layout yet. But I know that that'll be probably in the near future, probably. But other than that, I appreciate Jason, John, and Rick and JD jumping in here tonight and hanging out with me for the last 2 hours and dealing with the bug issue in the very beginning.
That was a lot of fun, right? It always is.
Don't forget
it wouldn't be that stupid if it didn't have bugs.
What's that? So, the contest, you got to go ahead and take a look at all the Sidetrack Sundays from September, all the intros. Only one of them is right. We think. Maybe.
I told you I should have put the none because no one's
Well,
going to believe us anyways.
Exactly. One of them is right. You just have to figure out which one. But so, and then John from the Squirrel River Valley on next Sunday at 8:00 Eastern. He'll let us know which one was actually right, and I guess we're gonna notify the winners at that point too. Correct?
Well, I guess we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna handle that,
Right.
drawing or what we're gonna do.
So
Well,
I'll
yeah,
what I'll
either a boat or maybe a river. Oh, that's the wrong type of drawing. I'm sorry.
John, we probably want to close that contest off Sunday morning sometime, so that way you have time to figure out.
Well, you're gonna have to get me the entries.
Oh, I'll get you the
I
entry.
won.
I can
so
just share it to you.
There's no question. Just send
Actually,
it to me.
Yeah. Sometimes Sunday morning's fine then.
Yeah. Or we could just go ahead and close at midnight Saturday. Midnight Eastern on Saturday.
We could do that, sure.
So that way it gives us, all day Sunday to figure out how we're doing it and what we're going to do with it.
All right. Yeah, see if anybody guessed right to start with.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's going to be the fun part.
Brian, I'll make the announcement next Sunday night on Sidetrack Sunday on my channel.
Maybe if you head over to Strasbourg next spring.
Hey, I plan to be there.
Same here.
Same here.
If it's happening, I'll be there.
Yep. Guaranteed.
Trying to get John there.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if I want to share a room with him yet, though.
Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe he's not sure he wants to share one with you.
Thank you very much.
We've got a question from Brian at Crossed Anchors on the contest. Brian, what the contest is?
Oh yeah, they did come in late. They did come in late.
Yeah, they came in late.
Yeah.
There is a correct answer and 3 incorrect answers to the contest. And what it is I did an intro for John, for Heath, and for Jason, and I did another one tonight. One of those 4 is actually how the Sidetrack Sunday crew came together. There is a contest going on. You have to figure out which one of the 4 is actually the right one, and then you have to tell us whether you want an HO scale or an N scale. And these are one of a kind. These are labeled up for the Sidetrack Sunday. It's got mine and Jason's logo on one side with Sidetrack Sunday, and on the flip side, it's got Heath and John's logos. Hey, you want to bring them back up there, Jason?
Yeah, I've got it up there if you want to pull it up.
No, I was talking about the cars.
Oh yeah. Well, I've got the Google form up there too.
Yeah, I see that. So,
I called shenanigans because we couldn't hear the intro tonight.
It got replayed, right?
Take 2. All right, so this is what one side of the cars look like. This is got, Sidetrack Sunday in the middle. It's got Ray's logo over here, my logo over here. You turn it around. We've got Heath's logo here, which I'm gonna cover up because he ain't here. And then we've got John from Schuylkill River Valley's logo there. And then we also have an HO car that looks exactly the same. I did not do an O scale. So if you want to, you can go for either one, and it would be like a display item because they are one of a kind. There's only one HO and one N. So.
Yep.
And then as far as the form, Ray, can you pull that up?
Yep, I'm getting ready to do it right now.
All right. Let me scroll back to the top. It's got the rules here. As long as you're subscribed to all 4 of us, you're going to be good. You just got to put in your email, and that's just to make sure that, the same person's not putting in multiple entries. You have to put in your YouTube channel name so that way we can link, who's who, because not every YouTube channel's name matches their email address. And then just choose which one. This is the main question. This is the one you got to get right. And then after that, you just pick your prize. And if you want to send your responses to yourself, you can. So, and then hit submit. You're done. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Yep. And of course, as you saw, Jason last Sunday attempted to get the cars decaled. He actually finished them up last night.
Yeah. Well, technically this morning. Technically.
This morning.
So hey, Sparky, so if you feel like Heath is not right, then you got a 33% chance to guess the other three. I don't see why we can't do something like that. I know Heath plans on putting a video. He said either Monday or Tuesday, so he does have a link to the form. So I'm sure each of us can maybe throw out a reminder.
Yeah, well, the other thing I was going to do is, because I haven't done one in over a month, I'm a little bit behind on my weekly updates because of some sort of a bridge build that happened. I don't know where that all about. Some guy named JD, Grandpa Rails, and some dude named Rick. I don't know what happened there, but whatever. So I'm hoping to maybe get a video out this week, which will have some interesting things in it because obviously, like I said, I haven't done one for a month. But I actually did a sort of a meet and greet yesterday with another one of our members. He was actually in here earlier, so I'm not going to lean into that one. Let that show up in the vlog. Had a great time hanging out with him at the Baltimore Streetcar Museum. Really steeped in history. It was a really neat hangout. It was great to hang out for. I think I hung out with him for like 2.5 hours down there yesterday. So that was cool. But so sometime this week I'm going to try and throw out another vlog, which, like I said, I haven't done in a while. And we'll go from there. But JD, John, Jason, Rick, and John, I appreciate you guys being in here tonight. This was awesome again, as always. Don't forget next.
It's always fun hanging out, Ray.
Oh yeah.
At 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time for Sidetrack Sunday I guess it'll be number 1 for October there, John. Right?
Yeah, that'll be the first one for October.
Yep. So it'll be the Sidetrack Sunday number 1 for October. And then of course after that we'll have Heath, and then we'll have Jason, and then I'll be back at the end of the month. Which probably puts us somewhere around Halloween, doesn't it?
No, because actually there is going to be a 5th Sunday in October.
Oh, so we got to figure out who our guest host is going to be.
It's got to be somebody as screwy as we are.
Yeah, this is true. Well,
no, there is no. There is no 5th Sunday in October.
Actually, the 5th Sunday's in November, not October.
Oh, is it? See, what do I know?
Yeah.
Hey, we got Tom from Tom's Trains and Things in here.
Tom!
Hey, Tom, good to see you.
Earlier, he's been. Why did you come back, Tom? I'm going to ask you what Sparky had me ask the other guy the other night. Why?
Tom, you got a lot of rewatching to do.
I guess we shouldn't have said all those bad things about Tom, huh? Oh, damn.
His ears must have been burning.
Oh, geez, Sparky, really? I think he actually tried to get rid of me once or twice, but that's beside the point. Oh my goodness. So anyway, yeah. So that's kind of scary that we'll have, a sidetrack Sunday in October that'll be around Halloween. We think.
And it'll be yours, right?
Yeah, it'll be yours, right? So that means you got to dress up in a Halloween costume.
I never changed out of the one from last year.
Hey, the saran wrap does not count.
Actually, if John's got the third, I'm sorry, if John's got the fourth, Heath's got the 11th, Jason's got the 18th, and then I've got the 25th. So we actually finished a week before. So we're back to John on November the 1st,
Okay.
which would be the day after Halloween. So, John, you'll still have to put on a Halloween costume.
Well, I'll just leave it on from the night before.
Okay. You can always throw on a spare I'm sure he's got one or two at Legend.
I'll just put a bag of Doritos over my head.
Oh boy. So anyway, folks, it's quarter after. It's actually almost 20 after 10 here Eastern time. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, folks. Guys, I really appreciate you being up here tonight.
Yeah, it's actually good out here.
You know,
Oh, finally the sun went down there, Grandpa.
This is another one of those weird times where I've actually got to see the sun set
Yeah,
twice.
it's all day.
All thanks to JD.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, of course, no, Jason's had his curtains closed. We couldn't see the sunset in Arkansas, so if not, we would have seen it sunset 3 times.
Well, I'll open it the next time for you. and then you can see all the woods.
That's going to be well. No, I'll wait till vlog. I'll wait for the next vlog to come out because, like I said, there's a few other things that'll be a part of it. But, gents, I have to call it a night. Thank you again. I do appreciate it, folks in chat. Thank you for hanging out with us for the last 2.5 hours. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like I said before, next Sunday is John from the Schuylkill River Valley with Sidetrack Sunday #1 for October. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. So hopefully we'll see you there because we'll all be there. Anything from you guys? Any last thoughts?
Never again.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Hey, no more licking stick. No more licking stick.
Well, just like I ended Sparky.
Thanks, everybody, for coming by.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
You all know the deal. Wait for the highball. Green tracks ahead. We'll catch you all next time. Be safe. God bless. We'll see you. Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care, everybody.